Here we go, back with another Pocket Presence quarterback breakdown. This time, we're going over to college. We're going to start with LSU Tiger quarterback Jayden Daniels. He sits at 6'4", 210 allegedly. Got a tall frame on the thinner side, but he can roll. He can generate a lot of force without having to get a lot of momentum into his throws. He can flick the ball, and he really, in my opinion, has the highest ceiling out of any quarterback in this draft class. Yes, Caleb Williams, really good player, but Jayden Daniels, man, what he can do when the play breaks down, his open field speed, and everything in between, I think he's got a really high ceiling. And we're going to go and watch his highlights, see if I can pick up on some things that kind of confirm this case that are my preconceived notions. And the reason why we're watching highlights is because I believe that good NFL coaches can get college players to play up to their ceiling as often as possible. So I'm not going to try to judge him on his bad plays, just as good plays. Let's dive in. Let's start with this. Mississippi State. They got 6 up. They're going to be bringing pressure. Let's see how he handles it. Good. He's going to have a free rusher. He's going to stand in there. Let's watch his feet. 1, 2, 3. Baby hitch. Like, he's really got like concise footwork, which is pretty clean for college guys. Not everybody has clean footwork in college. And he drops a dime. Let's see how far of it though that was. Yeah, I mean, that's like 40 yards cross field on a dime with pressure in his face. That's about as deep of a go ball as you'll throw in the NFL. Anyways, around 40, 44. Press man will be a little bit tighter. All right, I like what I'm seeing so far. Here we go. 2nd and 17. 4-man rush, 3-man rush. He should have time. Full slide protection. 1, 2, 3. First hitch, second hitch. I like that he didn't have to like step up super heavy into that and like heave it. Let's watch his feet. Like, he just took a baby step. He launches it from his own 47-yard line. Drops it in the bucket down the sideline to about the 4 again. Like, he's really accurate downfield so far from what we can tell. All right, 1st and 10. Here we go. 4-man rush, empty protection. I see him translating really well in the NFL in empty. Typically, they have to drop and play more coverage. It's going to be 5-on-4 most of the time, and you give him space to scramble if they cover everybody. So if he's going to integrate in the NFL early, look out for empty. They did that with CJ Stroud a lot this year. Good. Concise feet, comfortable in the pocket, plays with a pretty tight frame, which is cool to see. Not a lot of guys can do that. And he can kind of a little bit of a duck. Let's watch that back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like right there, that's kind of like a reaction throw more so than anything. He wasn't actually expecting him to be open. You can see like the last few steps. It's like a reaction, got frantic, tried to drive it. Not bad. And guys get open in the NFL too, but now we get into the fun stuff. 2nd and 17, QB draw. Let's see what he can do. Like right there, a lot of guys in the NFL are tackled right there. They don't get by that too. They don't split them. And from watching him throughout the course of the year, he's got pretty deceptive speed. Right there, like deceptive speed on the safety, gets around the edge. Gets an extra like 30 yards that most NFL guys would not get. Pretty impressive. Here we go, 1st and 10. They're showing a pressure look. They're going to bail out of it. They're going to bring 4. Let's see, comfortable with his feet. You see the little baby hitch that he had? 1 little baby hitch. He didn't have to get a huge hitch into this, which is exciting because you want to see guys, in my opinion, that can generate force and drive the ball downfield without having to like heave, because the pockets in the NFL get tighter. People get in your lap. You got to be able to stand and deliver from a really tight circle, tight space. Let's see. Drives it downfield. Great turnover ball. Oh my God, that was nasty. Drops it, and they're down 10 at this point. Like, these are the types of plays that you look for out of a guy. Look, you're down 10, you got to score a touchdown before half if you're going to stay in this game. Drops a dime over the shoulder. That's pretty nasty. And let's be honest, he's got some dogs at receiver, but he's putting it on him. 40-42, found their way back into the game. They're winning right now. Got him to jump off sides. Let's see, comfortable. He's got a whip, dude. Watch how he throws this ball. You don't see his head jerking a lot. Like, he's got really good throwing mechanics. Again, throwing from the 40. I like that he threw that type of ball. So many times you see guys like try to lead people perfectly and throw them out of bounds or like make the ball not catchable. They're offsides, the free play. Like, just a little football IQ, put a little more air on it and give your guy a chance. Here we go. This is exciting too. Let's watch this. So you see more teams doing this where they're going to pull a guard opposite and do like a little half roll. This is straight out of like 49ers scheme. They do this a lot with Brock Purdy. They do it a lot in Miami. They do it in Houston, the Texans. So a little half roll left, and he's a right-handed quarterback. Flip your hips. You actually saw Lamar do this. Lamar did the same thing and threw a wheel route, maybe against Miami Dolphins towards the end of the season. And look, throw it from the 50, dime on a post, like a little half roll setup. He can spin it downfield, man. He's a good downfield accurate passer. Here we go, empty. QB draw, like these 3rd downs, 3rd and 3 in the NFL, if you can't convert on 3rd and 3, if you don't have a mobile guy, it gets really tough because coverage is tighter. There's a lot of man being played. And if you have a mobile guy, that's your answer to man coverage. So a guy like him allows the offensive coordinator to have a little bit more flexibility on 3rd downs. Let's see, 3rd and 3. Right here, how many guys in the NFL are tackled right there? A lot. I'll answer that for you. A lot. And he finds a way to turn it into a touchdown run. And I think that's the stuff that, like, he's got a little bit of that like RG3 burst when he gets past the second level. We'll see how well it translates to the NFL, but he's rolling. Let's see it again. I love this. Gets downhill, is not afraid to get vertical. I mean, the problem too is like guys like this, you see a lot of times like they're not able to throw downfield. They're not able to be accurate. Like he's doing everything. And that's what I like to judge guys off of. What is his ceiling? Well, it's really high. And so if you get to an NFL scheme where you're going to be playing as high or a coach that's going to pull that out of you, allow you to get to the highest part of what you can be as a player consistently, that's what you want. Here we go. Pressure off the edge, quick reset. This is great. Look at how he didn't like panic on this. Watch how smooth that release is on the run. A lot of guys like need to like heave everything they have into it. He's got such good shoulder flexibility. You can tell by how he throws. He's not like too muscle bound, that he's got a really smooth delivery. I wouldn't be shocked if he played other sports growing up. And this is another thing, running full speed to the right, being able to throw a vertical route and not have the ball tail off and go out of bounds. Like he gets it as a downfield passer. And those, in my opinion, are boxes checked when you're scouting a guy like this. There's no way, in my opinion, that he gets outside of the top 5 in this draft. In my opinion, he's my quarterback 1 right now. And I mean, yeah, maybe you could say quarterback 2 with Caleb Williams, but like he's the guy that I'd be most excited for because I think his ceiling is the highest out of anybody in this draft class. Here we go, 2nd and 5. First hitch, scrambles out. Like right here, that's the stuff that like in the NFL, man, that little setup too. I mean, he's playing against Alabama. Like he has some Lamar Jackson to him where he can set people up and manipulate them, and he's deceptively fast. Like right here, this is what you need out of a guy in the NFL. On 3rd and 9, when shit's all messed up, it's not perfect, and he's not just going to get the first. That's it. Like he is not just going to get the first. He's going to get you 30, 40 yards. You're going to have to spy him, going to have to count for it. And when you get a guy at quarterback that they have to spy, that's one less person that they can have in coverage. And it makes all the receivers' jobs easier. Here we go. 1st and 10. 1, 2, 3. Smooth. Gets out of there. Nice. Outside of the pocket. That was disgusting. Let's run that back. Oh. My God. He's like that. That reminds me of a guy in the league right now. That's all I'm going to say. Here we go. First hitch, second hitch, reset. Comfortable like this too. He's comfortable in the pocket. He's comfortable floating back, resetting the edge, resetting the depth of the pocket. Then he's creative. Like I know that these are a lot of running highlights, but he's shown us that he can throw downfield. Also smart about not taking hits. I mean, this one against a good SEC team. I know they're 5-4 at this point in the year, but like they got athletes. They're talented. From the 15-yard line, how many guys in the NFL are going to get the first down and run out of bounds? Like how many guys are just going to get the first down? Like look at that is a fast player. Like they're both rolling. Like he's got good length. He can stride out. I don't know, man. Now let's see him do it in the passing game. First hitch, reset, fake the check down vertical. And like, he just is a slasher. Dude, I'm not lying. His awareness as a runner really reminds me of Lamar Jackson. I'm not saying he's as talented of a runner as Lamar was. Lamar was on a whole nother world, but he's close. He's got a chance. Here we go. 2nd and 2. Great. Look at this. This is exciting to see. I love when quarterbacks like are concise with their feet, doesn't overstride, can deliver in stride downfield. Like he's precisely throwing the ball. He's not just heaving it. And you can tell by his body language, not just hoping that the guy runs under it in stride. Like he's trying to pinpoint place the ball. And I like to see it. Here we go. Now he rips that one a little bit more on a post. Love that. Throws it up the sideline well. Throws it deep down the middle well. And look, these are all of his highlights. So like, we're not going to see a lot of like the quick game and all this and that. But look, here we go. Half roll. Resets. And that's just... I know we're playing against Georgia State here, but he finds a way to get you 10 extra yards. Texas A&M. I think I remember watching this game. 24-14, 10 minutes left. Unblocked guy, subtle move, make a miss. And again, 4th and 4. Like, you gotta have it right here. If they do not get this conversion, Texas A&M has the ball in the opponent territory, and they're gonna be 10, 15 yards from field goal range. What does he do? He doesn't just get the first down. Like, he is rolling down to the 3-2 yard line. I mean, that changes the game. Got him right back into it. 3-man rush, pump fake, resets. that ball placement right there, like that tells me that he is really spatially aware as a thrower on where ball location can be. Some guys will try to put it at the back pylon. Some guys know that they're going to run out of room, so you're going to put it up and away, top shelf. What does he do? Up and away, top shelf. He knows he's running out of space. Got a guy that can make a play. It's just, I like what I'm seeing from him as a thrower. Doesn't seem like LSU throws the ball across the middle of the field often. Like, but that's not something that you can judge him on in college because they might not be calling plays for that. When I was in college, we maybe threw the ball across the middle of the field 2 times a game, if that. And most of them were 5-yard like hitch routes or slants. Some teams just believe in vertical stretch and run. So I'm going to be excited to see like, how does he throw like deep daggers, deep crossers? Like that's not something we've had to see out of him, but it doesn't mean that he can't do it. So I'm not one to think that just because a guy didn't do it in college that he cannot do it. I think his ceiling's really high and you get a good offseason of footwork, fundamentals, like release point on the ball and deep crossers on high crosses there, all that. Like I have a really good feeling about him and his translation to the NFL if he goes to a good organization. Atlanta Falcons, I'm looking at you. Here we go. Nice. Up and away, back shoulder on an inside release fade. Like a guy like him too, you might want to cater your offense a little more towards vertical stretch because you're going to get defensive backs and linebackers with their eyes turning away from the quarterback. I mean, as a scrambler, it's a good problem to have. As you can see, man, Jayden Daniels' ceiling is really high. What do I want to see more of? I want to see how he translates in like layered reads, crossing routes, high lows, like 1, 2, 3 progressions. But I'm not going to judge him based on having not done that in college. I'm going to say he really wasn't asked to do a lot of that, at least from his highlights. A lot of times when guys are asked to do that, you get some really big plays on deep crossers, but that wasn't their offense. His ceiling is super high, and I think he's going to be a top 5 pick. And in my opinion, his first year in the NFL could shake out to be the best rookie quarterback in this draft class in year 1. We'll see how it plays out.